Ever since I started game back when I was like around 2, 3-ish, 4-ish, around that time. When I was little, I never grew up playing fighting games or anything like that. So I mainly grew up on like the racing genre and action genre, like JRPGs like Kingdom Hearts and all that. So, I played a little bit of Mortal Kombat 9, and that was basically about it. I was kind of on and off with my fighting games throughout my course of my life. It wasn't until maybe I think around 2020-ish when Dragon Ball FighterZ stuff came out back then. That game had me in a chokehold, bro. I fell in love with it. It was so much fun. I didn't play as often, but when I did, bro, I was having so much fun. Like, I'd say maybe like a year and a half ago, I would purposely bring my Switch to work and just play fighters, right, with my boys. It was just a fun experience, right? That was just a very fun anime fighter game, just a fun fighting game in general. And of course, I don't play it now, but after the recent patch they did, it kind of made the game a nightmare, so I haven't touched it since. But yeah, safe to say this year, in the year 2025, I've noticed there's been a giant shift in my love for fighting games. At the time of making this video, I'm literally sitting down watching the mix-up 2025 pools for the Tekken World Tour as background, just to keep myself busy as I'm making these videos that I've prolonged for the longest time, so apologies for that. Anyway, yeah, man, all of a sudden I'm just really into fighting games now. I've bought so many different little fighting games over the past like three months, man. Safe to say I am now a fighting game fan. I really do love fighting games now. Even though I'm still relatively new to the genre and all that, I'm having a fun time just learning different games. Honestly, the only reason why I think I got back into fighting games was because another friend of mine, who's also a content creator named Zenos Saki, he's been on a few videos of mine on my second channel. He kind of rekindled that flame for fighting games, right? For me, if you can find yourself like a buddy or whatever who loves fighting games, and just play with them for a while, it makes the experience way more fun, in my personal opinion. And Zenos was that person. So he rekindled my love for fighting games, and he made me really invested into them. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have made the switch to like Street Fighter and all that as of recently, and I probably would have just never touched fighting games ever. Just a huge thanks to Zenos Saki. So if you guys want to check out Zenos Saki, I'll leave his links and stuff in the description. He makes a lot of video game essays and all that. So really another really good content creator who I bounced off a lot of inspiration from. So if you guys want to check him out, be sure to do so. But yeah, if it wasn't for Zenos, bro, I would never have touched fighting games ever again. After playing Dragon Ball Sparking Zero and all that, I probably was just like, yeah, I'm done. Fighting games aren't for me. But as of recently, yeah, I would say fighting games are definitely one of the genres I play now more frequently than anything else. Apart from like FPS games, fighting games are kind of like, it's like this part of my rotation now. If I'm not playing like a FPS game, I'm probably sitting down trying to play like Tekken or something, trying to learn how to play it. And what maybe 10x fold my love for this genre is that I actually went to a fighting game convention recently. It was back in June. It was called CEO. They have it yearly in Orlando. But this was my first time ever going to any kind of convention / tournament like format like this. It was a pretty fun experience. There was a lot of different games in there. I've seen Tekken 8, I've seen Street Fighter 6, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Guilty Gear Strive, just a lot of popular titles that I was already kind of somewhat familiar with, but there was also a lot of fun indie games too. Overall, the experience was really fun. I brought my girlfriend with me, and we had a fun time. Unfortunately, we didn't do the whole 3 days. We only did the first day, but it was pretty fun. I'm hoping next year we can probably plan something and we can do the whole entire 3-day event, because I would love to sit down and watch the actual grand finals next year. But yeah, I was having so much fun. I might make another video about my CEO experience if you guys are interested in that. But yeah, safe to say, like, after watching CEO and watching like all the pros in person and all that, it made me like love fighting games even more. So now I'm kind of in this weird spot where it's like, damn, I'm playing like, I think I have like maybe 5-6 fighting games installed at this moment, and I'm trying to learn like all 5 of them simultaneously. It's kind of getting to a point where I can't decide which one to play right now. Like, I'm kind of like flip-flopping between games. Like, it's crazy because like last month I'm playing Fatal Fury Seed of the Wolves. This month I'm playing Tekken 7, Tekken 8, trying to learn how to play those. There's a lot of fighting games I'm trying to be invested in, and it's kind of overwhelming a little bit, just to say. But one of the things that I guess I have learned over the course of like this last 3 or so months was that, I think fighting games definitely are one of those genres that it humbles you very fast. It's kind of cool. It's good for me because, I, as somebody who wanted to be like a competitive player, I wanted to do esports stuff when I was like 13 and whatnot. I tried doing Fortnite competitively years ago. Basically dropped off that game, tried to compete in other little different games. But it's safe to say, I think fighting games are really fun just from the competitive aspect. One of the things that I've realized very quickly is that if I make a mistake, it's on me. right? If I whiff a punish, or if I start whiffing, or I miss a combo or opening, or I drop a combo, that is all my fault. And if I lose the round or I lose the match because of it, it is strictly my fault, you know. And it's a really humbling experience, you know. There's plenty of times in these games where like you can be on a 2-round lead and then you just accidentally whiff something, or you drop a combo, and then that just snowballs until you lose in the match. You know, it's a really, really humbling experience. A very frustrating experience, albeit, but you know, it really does humble you, right? You know, I'm having a fun time, you know, sitting down and learning. Each game has so many different quirks and mechanics. There's so many different mechanics and systems in place in all these different fighting games over the course of the last like 20-30 years. It's almost like you can pick up any game and you can learn it, and you'll never be bored. You know, it's pretty insane. I'll also say, like, one of the reasons why I kind of like fighting games now was I actually have my own like little custom fight stick, to be honest with you. Whenever I would play fighting games, I would use the controller, and I feel like I could never get the combos that I want to do because, you know, I would use the D-pad or whatever, and it was so weird. It felt weird doing motion inputs on a D-pad or whatever. I recently went and bought a leverless, like I think maybe a month or two before I went to CEO, and I actually have a video on that on my second channel. I spent 7 days learning how to play it leverless on Street Fighter 6. You know, that was a very fun experience for me, you know, and I've been playing leverless since. You know, I definitely think the peripherals make a difference, and one of my goals for the next year in 2026, I definitely want to go back to CEO, and I actually want to start competing in like little small local tournaments or whatever. If I can find any locals in my area, I will definitely be going to those in the next following year or so, just to get some experience, you know, because playing online is one thing, but playing at a LAN, you know, with different people next to each other, just having a fun time, it's a different experience, right? You know, because even when I was at CEO, like if I lost a match, if I lost a set, whatever, I didn't feel upset. I wasn't pissed off or anything. I was actually having a fun time. It's like, yo, GG's, whatever, we go next. Yeah, in the future, I definitely want to go and attend more these kind of events. They're really fun, and I would love to go to Evo next year. Pretty sure it's gonna be at Las Vegas. I don't know, but like one of the goals definitely is to go to Evo, you know, if I can. But yeah, man, I just really love fighting games now. And if you are somebody who is on the fence about fighting games right now, bro, just go ahead and just try them out. You know, there's so many different games that you guys can try right now. Honestly, if you just ignore like 90% of the FGC community when it comes to like these topics about like motion inputs and is modern controls ruining the games and whatnot, if you just ignore all that and just focus on learning the game and having fun, you'll have a way better experience. There's so many different new modern fighting games you guys can try right now. You know, Street Fighter 6 is probably one of the best fighting games ever in the Street Fighter franchise. You know, there's Tekken 8, Guilty Gear Strive, you know, pick your poison, bro. There's plenty of different games and niches you guys can like. That's what I like about fighting games, actually, is that I don't have to play one game if I don't like it. There's so many different games. So it's so many, bro. You have indie fighting games, fan-made fighting games. I'm making a video on a Sonic fighting game I found recently, you know, with my boy Daniel. Honestly, going from 2026 onward, I'm definitely going to be experimenting with more fighting games. 2026 is the year of tag fighters, so, you know, we're going to get Marvel Talcon Battle, Invincible, you know, just so many different fighting games coming out next year, and I can't wait to see how they play. If you guys are interested in seeing me play those fighting games, I will be making those videos when they come out on my second channel at Just Yex, so be sure to head over there. And I'm also working on a few different fighting games as of right now. I got 3 in the works, so safe to say I am in love with fighting games now. And if it wasn't for Zenos and going to CEO and all this and just experiencing the community, I would never have picked this game up ever again, and I would never have touched fighting games, at least as I would have been a very casual player, right? You know, not really learning anything, just kind of playing just because I like playing the game. Yeah, I probably wouldn't be as invested into this community as I am now. And if you guys haven't already, go and check out the Tekken World Tour. There's so many different tournaments going on right now. It's absolutely insane. If it wasn't for the Tekken World Tour, I probably wouldn't be into Tekken as much. So safe to say I am heavily into Tekken now. Just watching Tekken World Tour is a sight to be seen, bro. It's so entertaining. But anyway, yeah, that's it from me today. Leave a like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching this little Yak Fest video, and be sure to follow me on all my socials. Check out my Redbubble shop, and all that will be in the description. Currently in the works of making more designs, so keep an eye on that. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. My name's Yex, and I'll talk to you guys in another video. See ya.
Something better than nothing. Oh, ODE dash!
Man, all I can do is watch
Oh, in play, sidewall.
What's his combo like?
He's still safe. Didn't blow up the wall though. Oh! Oh! Outstanding 3 out of nowhere.
Oh, the wall though.
Can he do enough? He's still got tornado.
Still got rage as well.
No, just outside of rage.
Oh!
Oh, counter hit.
Oh my god! There is no way! I don't
What's the
believe
combo
this!
for John Ding? Oh, bad combo!
Tibetano takes it! The mix-up! 2025 Tekken World Tour!
Tibetano is your mix-up champion.
I can barely speak. Incredible scenes here. His heart must have been racing there.